Hi everyone and welcome to my place. If you are like me and you have grandchildren and you want to get them off the couch and off that smartphone and all that technology, and you want a nice, interesting project that you can do with your children to hopefully get them into loving things of nature and perhaps saving the planet and thinking about how things grow, this is a perfect design. This design I first made when I was maybe 5 or 6 with my lovely old nan who had the most wonderful garden, and the pleasures that I don't know whether she had great pleasure having me itchy and scratchy beside her side. But as a little girl, I just used to love being out there doing things. So this design that we're doing, as I said, I did it when I was 5 and had continued to do it for years and years and years. I've actually brought it into the 21st century. Nan had lots of lovely containers, or it used to be a pot, and we would paint the pot, or whatever she had we would use. But she used to use wet sphagnum moss, and instead of using that, I just thought we would use a little bit of foam, which I've put into the wet foam, which is the green one. I filled the container with that, and then over the top I've put these lovely little baby tears, and you'll notice when you look into it there's the odd little weed wall. I think that that's really important to teach kids about how things grow, so that there will just in due course just like take over, and it'll root down into the foam, and then it'll just like spread and grow, and it'll be just magic and the kids will love it. This last weekend, because it's just about spring here, was the last weekend, I believed, to do the pruning of the pear trees. So I've got a couple of pear trees here, or pear branches, which I'm just going to push into there. And the great thing by using the wet foam, there you are, is using the wet foam is that there will be enough moisture in that, and with the warmth of the house, this will actually start to burst into blossom, and that too is a lovely magic sight for a child. And you must remember that we are sort of like adults and we don't see the wonder in things like that, but kids do, trust me. So instead of just one branch, I thought we'd just use the 2 branches because it makes it visually more interesting. And my nan was the one that taught me this little rhyme when I was learning about things botanical. 1 on its own interest is lonely, 2 is interesting, but 3 is visually stimulating to the eye. And my nan used to always plant things in clumps and groups. She reckoned that, it was better living in a family. My nan was all filled to overflowing with lots of interesting little things. So I've got that into there, and then I'm going to put that little artificial leaf into there. And the only reason I'm doing that is because if I was very good, Nan would let me pick things out of her garden, and I love these little slipper orchids, and as a child it was always very fascinating to look into these lovely, I love the colourways that you've got on the orchid petal at the top there, and this lovely little slipper here, and Nan used to say that the fairies would put their little feet into those, snap them off and walk around so that they didn't get wet feet. The nonsense she told me, but I still think that it's a beautiful story. So I'm now going to just put those into there. So I'll have 2 there, and then I'm just going to put 1 down to the base there. I didn't have, I actually bought the slipper orchids, I couldn't find any green, so I had some artificial there. So I think that the artificial will just do in teaching the kids that leaf goes with that flower. Now the next thing I wanted to put into here is this lovely succulent, and I'm just going to push that down into there, and the great thing is this will continue to grow too, and it will multiply. Now if you're wanting to grow these on, I've just discovered from a subscriber told me that I've always just put those straight into the ground, but she tells me that if you leave those to dry out for a week and then put them into the ground, they won't rot off. So that was a nice tip. Thank you for sharing. Now the next thing I wanted to put into here, and I think this is when you let the children be your governing force, let them decide what little interesting toy, it could be a butterfly, it could be those little plastic animals that you can buy, you could put something like that in there, but I thought that little Tigger was quite beautiful in there. So there you have a very interesting design that you can do with the children, and you know what, it could take you all morning to gather all of the components that you need to occupy that little child's mind. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing with you and going down memory lane. See you again another day.